wanted to get to a lot of things, including, again, we'll get to the Deniro, kind of expand on that. We're going to get to this Matt Arazia thing because Jeff and I were at the lead of this whole Matt Arazia thing. And turns out there was a 200-page report done by the district attorney. The guy wasn't even there. His whole career is ruined.
It's ruined. He physically was not there.
Physically, proven.
And the story that has come out now is that she was there having sex with several men.
Right.
And he was not one of them. He wasn't even there.
And Dan Gillian came on and he made a whole big deal about it.
Yeah.
And I have to tell you, I believed, because why would someone lie? And I feel like a dick for saying I don't believe her, but it's been proven that she was lying.
Well, look, we didn't know that at the time. We had no clue at the time
right.
what the case was. Anything was possible.
And
right?
It was horrifying what we were hearing. If you guys remember those details.
Right. And if you get into one of those situations where it's kind of he said, she said, it's kind of something that's hard to prove. So we had her attorney on, and then we used the audio from her attorney to get him to come on. His attorney came on, and he was nonchalant about it and everything else. So, just basically knowing that he wasn't even there and nothing was going to happen.
Yeah, but I'll tell you this.
Somebody said he might not have been on camera. No. He wasn't even physically there at all. The report is out that he physically wasn't there.
And this will be up on the Rizzo and Jeff Underemployed podcast. You can go back and hear what we said. But you're right, Jeff. Like, they did a thing. And they spoke to everyone there. They spent hundreds of thousands of dollars. The DA was there because this ruined a man's career. And I hate to say it, was it because he was? I mean, he's a punter, but he was still making $600,000, $700,000, $800,000 a year.
Yeah, which is a lot of money, whether we like it or not. It can change your life. So so he physically wasn't there. She was sleeping with a bunch of people that night.
Apparently, it turned out she was having sex.
Yeah, that night. And I guess the way to not be embarrassed on her end is to just say that she was raped in that situation.
But in a weird way.
But a lot of kids were. A lot of them were screwed in this situation. Not just Matt.
Those other two athletes.
The other two. So immediately, for the rest of your life, you're kind of tied synonymously with this.
That's the thing. And again, make sure you comment and like it and sharing, guys. We have a bunch of stuff to give away, including some shirts. I just sent out a new batch of prizes. We're getting other Rizzo and Jeff stuff made. But like you said, when you think of Matt Arazia, you're always gonna I'm not comparing, but like Michael Vick, who was guilty of killing dogs, you think killing dogs. Matt Arazia, whether you like it or not, you're going to think gang rape. I mean, because it was put out there. And we had the attorney who was ready to go,
Yeah.
And it wasn't even consensual rape. The girl, he wasn't there.
He wasn't there. The report out now. Why do we wait so long to put the
report
out that the kid wasn't there to begin with?
This happened in August, which is May, so June, July.
This was years while he was in college.
While he was in college.
At San Diego State is when this happened.
Right.
So they did an investigation through the college and all this stuff, and now we're sitting here on this day, many years later, when they've known for this extended period of time that he was not even physically there at the place.
And I would have gotten the attorney Dan Gillian on. I also would have gotten Kerry Armstrong, who was Matt Arazia's attorney.
Right.
He probably would have came on.
Right. Yep.
Dan Gillian would not have come on. But if you remember, and I will post that on our podcast because I think you guys need to hear it. But it was when you're doing an interview like that, and I'm going to tell you, I absolutely was like, why would this guy lie? Why? So of course I'm horrified. Well, and you can hear that we were kind of a little defensive towards Kerry, which was Matt's attorney.
Well, look, you have to. The hardest thing about being in a situation like that is that you have to, kind of walk that fine line down the middle.
You do
when you're having that conversation, and
he's alleged.
Yeah, and just try to figure out and listen to both of them and see who's wrong and who's right. Now, her attorney, I guess, out that way is a big TV attorney guy, guy. He was in Hawaii when we were talking to him. He's
Jim the Hammer.
Right. So he's
Jim the Hammer Shapiro.
The other guy is kind of your straight-laced kind of defense attorney guy, and it was just a pretty unbelievable scenario that turned out to be this.
What's up, Dave? Everyone who's coming in, make sure you're sharing. I know it's a little early and people are still getting their stuff together, but the Sixers are on, so we wanted to do this video a little bit earlier. I just think it's stunning, and just kind of put a bow on this because I do want to move to 79-year-olds, putting babies in people. I think it's rude. But the Matt Arazia thing, I feel bad because I don't think he will ever get another chance. Now, Ray, I read 2 different reports because initially they said that they had a sexual liaison consensually, but at this night,
at the party, where she alleges that he
gang raped her.
Yeah, it started out in the lawn, if you remember the story, and then they all came back, and he drugged her, got her into the room, and then they all did it there.
Yeah,
so,
he wasn't even there.
He wasn't even there at that house.
So it's a sin. I feel bad. Obviously, maybe that girl has some traumatic issues. A lot of lives were lost, a lot of ruined. And this guy who has a talent.
Yeah.
I don't think. Do you think he'll ever be in the NFL though?
I do. I think he'll get on somehow in the NFL.
You think so?
Yeah. Look, think about some of the guys that are in the NFL and some of the horrible things they've done and gone through.
Yeah.
And there's been people that have killed people. All right, and played in the NFL. Ray Lewis, all kinds of things. So they find their way back in. And
who's the guy who hit the dude with the car? It wasn't Dante Culpepper.
That was Dante Stallworth.
That was
down in Miami.
Hit somebody with a car.
Right. Yep. I remember that. So
Michael Vick came back.
Jalen Carter, who the Eagles drafted. Holy moly! So
I know, but you're right. You're right.
So he'll find his way back. Talent's there, and NFL can look past it.
Especially if you're talented. Let's talk about inseminating a woman at the age of 79. Now, I say this with the most respect. Jeff and I are very supportive, but I just want to postulate a question. Brother Wease. Recently another grandfather. Very happy for him. Congratulations to Brother Wease on that.
He's not quite 79.
Not quite 79. Would Brother Wease be a good, when I say good, I mean like able to have a child and go through the growing up with the child at this time?
He's a great grandfather.
I bet you he'd say the same thing.
Wonderful father right now, but all those kids are out, and at his age, do you want to do it? Okay. And do you have the energy and wherewithal to get it done? That's the difficult part.
Well, if you have the energy and wherewithal to have sex, does that? I guess at that age, maybe I'm surprised you can even. What's up, Barbara? How you doing? Hold on. Somebody says, no, Wease is not 75. Wease, I believe, is 77 years old.
No, I don't think he's 70.
Is he? No, he turned 76. You're right. I apologize. But either way, it doesn't.
Nevertheless.
Okay, 76.
Most men don't make it after 70.
They don't. And okay, let's just be real generous and say that he has a 90-year-old life, which is better than 99% of people. That means the kid's what, 13?
Right. Yeah. How old is
that? The mother?
Yeah.
That's a good question. And for those of you just tuning in, we're just kind of talking about Robert Deniro seeding and having another child. I think it's selfish. I think it's rude. But I postulated the question as Jeff looks this up. Could Brother Wease makes money, has had a storied career, financially could take care of the kid, but does he have the energy? At what age do you become a grandparent? Brother Wease is a great grandparent. Tiffany Chen.
Let's get a look at who.
Oh my sweet shit! Is that her? Dude, shut the.
Come on, hang on.
Stop.
Hold on. Let me get a little better. Tiffany.
Stop.
Let me pull up a better Tiffany Chen.
I can't stop.
She's a film producer.
Okay, so Robert, first off, I'm distracted because Jeff just pulled up a picture of Tiffany Chen, and she looks like Yoko Ono transitioning.
This is the rumored girlfriend.
Okay, Robert De Niro is apparently going to be a dad.
Just welcomed a 7th child, first sparked romance with Tiffany Chen in August of 2021.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, so it's Chen.
Okay, do we have any photographs of Chen, or was that an accurate depiction of Tiffany Chen? Okay. How old's you want to show the people? How old's Chen?
Let's see. Now, this can't be her.
Is that her?
There's a lot of Tiffany Chen.
See, we're trying to find the right Tiffany Chen, because there's one that looks like Yoko. What's going on, Aaron? There's one that looks like Yoko, and then there's one that's kind of really pretty. I don't think he's too old to bang a model. He's 80. I don't care if he's Robert De Niro. And Baby Hands was even saying, "Oh, he's a sexy old man." Like, yeah, okay, but would you want to have a kid by him? Yeah, that's what I thought. For 80, I guess. Yeah. Right? I mean, that's.
she's a bit of
a frump. How do we feel about Tiffany Chen? Yeah, you want to give her a quick look-see?
Yeah.
Show what the people, and this is what Tiffany, this is the one that, all right. How old is she, by the way? I mean, can she get pregnant? Is she 50? She looks 50. Yeah, Kim, you're right. You want to talk elder sack? That's about as old a sack as you can get.
Yeah, it's very, here they are. I'm just trying to see he's doing some work.
He's doing some work. Okay, listen, and and listen.
Good.
Hopefully he lives to, even if he lived to be 100, which is never going to happen. If Robert De Niro lived to be...
so she's a martial artist. Okay, so she's racked up dozens of gold medals and world titles over the course of her career.
We know.
Chen. Let's see.
So again, we're trying to find out how old Tiffany Chen is, but Robert De Niro, and this is what's crazy to me, if he lives to be 100, which is never gonna, he won't. It's just impossible. He lives to be 100. The kid's 20 years old. You probably are going to die 85 to 90, right? That's a really good friggin' life. You live to be that old. And that's a great one. De Niro on a death pool, ladies and gentlemen, a sleeper. Because he'll just have a kid and he'll watch it.
Why is it so hard to find out how old Chen is?
Because I think he's like paying to keep it under wraps. Tiffany Chen.
She's got a lot of gold medals and things of that nature.
But if she got gold medals, it'll tell you the Olympics and shit. If it was like the Olympics in the 80s, it's not like she was in the 2006 Olympics. We're talking about De Niro's baby mama, who apparently we're trying to figure out how old she is, because for him, let's see, if you're 79, like we talked about Wease, could Wease be a dad, not a grandfather, a dad right now to a baby?
I'm having Chen problems.
You having Chen issues?
Yeah.
All right, let me see if I can do. Again, we're trying to.
Sorry, we've got a little Chen research.
All right, it's Tiffany Chen, right?
Tiffany Chen, martial artist.
Chen.
She's the martial artist.
Okay, all right. Robert De Niro. Let's just see. Tiffany Chen's real age gap. She's a Taiwanese movie producer.
No, that's not her.
This isn't her.
That's a different
This
Chen.
is a different Chen. We're different Chen. Okay. Sorry, guys. We're fine. What? How many Tiffany Chen?
Oh, there's several Tiffany.
4 hours ago. This is his 7th child, by the way.
Yeah.
What do we? Okay. Listen. We'll see.
Anybody,
Rob. Yeah.
If anybody's got Chen
If you got Chen knowledge,
free.
come on in. And again, make sure you're liking and sharing. This will also be up on the podcast. I know it's a little bit of a different. We don't have Chen information here. Oh, you declined, Bobby. Well, then don't answer. Come on. Who is Tiffany Chen? This is the oopsie.com. Okay. She's a martial artist. Tiffany Chen. He celebrated his 78th birthday in France. Okay. She is... Okay, in 2003, she received a special award for a tie-lie performance. I don't know what that means. Are you shitting me that there's no information about Tiffany Chen? All right, so the point is that this woman's got to be at least 55 years old. Let's see, Tiffany Chen, martial artist. I don't know. Hold on. How old is Tiffany Chen? Hold on, there we go. Robert De Niro, the mother of Robert De Niro. 51.
Okay.
51.
So he piped her up at 51.
He piped her up at 51. He gives her the pipe at 51 years old.
And he's 79.
Okay. So, again, lots of money, lots of medical stuff, very happy for them. But at the same time, is it wrong to bring a kid into this world when at 18, Chenny is going to be 70 and De Niro's going to be dead?
Right, yeah. See, that's part of the problem, too.
And that's a big problem.
She's 70, which, is, I guess, some people consider, well, it's still young, but it's not.
Young to have a kid running around in college fucking your life up?
My mom's about to be 70. I couldn't imagine her. She,
Could you imagine her doing 30 years ago?
No. Like, you could take care of, if the kid's 18 now, she could take care of, her grandson if he pops over for
like a day.
Right, and then it's, I want my own peace and quiet.
But and again, you brought up the fact that they have nannies and stuff like that, but I just think, and I brought it up at the beginning, Brother Wease and people of that age. Brother Wease just talked about his grandson being born. and that's awesome. But it's cool to be papa. It's cool to spoil the shit out of your kids.
Right.
There's a difference, money or not, David, because you said money solves a lot of problems. What problems does it solve if your dad dies when you're 7 and you're left with millions of dollars? You're going to be doing a bunch of drugs and shit.
Yeah. Well, how attached is he at 79? Is it just at 79?
Right? Is he going to? Right.
You know, it is.
A rubber room? No, this is a studio.
The table's bouncing.
Is that what it is? Oh, okay. For those of you, we've set up quite the studio, so we're doing the best that we can. I apologize. That's when I. You're right.
That's why.
You're right. I apologize. So, I also maybe wanted to delve into something, and Jeff is right. So I'm going to word it properly, like we did on the show, instead of just coming out and saying it. Have you ever been driving and been pleased whilst you were driving?
Yeah, I think a good majority of guys have gotten a drive time Lewinsky.
A drive time Lewis.
Yeah, I'm sure that's happened. Yeah, probably most guys will admit that they've gotten a drive time Lew.
Okay, I have only gotten one drive time Lew. I was 19. I was with Mara at the time. It wasn't great. I was in my Prelude, and you know the Preludes have the bucket seat, so when you're sitting down, not only are you sitting down and you're inverted, but you're way inverted, so you are not...
Right. It's just the angles don't work out well.
Angles don't work out well. You look like a small Sam. It's just, I didn't like it.
You're like half hunched. Yeah.
It's weird. So, our Italian friend says yes many times. Ray says once it was awesome. Well, I was a once guy too.
Okay.
And I thought that maybe, much like shower sex, I thought that a Lewinsky was, I don't know, it was like a, not every man got the pleasure. I didn't ask for it, but on 90, we were coming off the 690, and we were about an hour away from here, from Rochester, and
unprovoked.
Well, she says, we didn't give up lawn chairs in the hood, Dave. It's just that, when we figure out and iron out times, you're not getting those lawn chairs. They were $70. Jeff bought those. Yeah. You ain't getting them. All right. Now, anyway.
Trying something new.
We're trying some new, we got to figure this whole thing out until we get back on the radio. So, coming off of 690, getting on a 90, and this, I kid you not, I hear, hey, can I have your keys? Now, my keys are usually on my belt loop. You know that. Mm-hmm. I'm like, okay. And then we have a Lewinsky playlist, a sex playlist, sex songs, right?
Okay, sure.
So then this Muse song comes on. It's a good sex song. No, you're not buying the chairs.
I'm using them on Duran Beach this summer. So.
All right, and it's not that no, you're not getting the chairs. So she takes my keys, then she puts that song on. And I'm like, oh, cool. So I was like, and I didn't even think about it. I was like, oh, this is an interesting choice of the song that you're putting on, but I'm driving. Then hair goes up in the bun. Now, mind you, I'm driving when I'm right. So I'm like, no. And then,
well, you gotta understand that's new relationship stuff.
Okay, that's what I was gonna ask you.
Yeah.
Okay.
And as many times as it will be said that no, that's not the case, and I'll do it all the time, and those types of things.
It doesn't last, does it?
No, it doesn't. The drive time Lewinskis, they don't last.
So when do you think?
A year in, it's over.
So I might get like one or two this summer.
Well, you got some time. So if you take long rides and things of that nature, that's fine.
Because it was unprovoked.
Yeah, look, if you're just cruising around town and stuff, probably not. But extended rides, the more rides you take, the more of a better shot you have at it. So Kim says, yes, it's a new relationship kind of thing. So what you're telling me is that if you are married or you're with somebody for 5 or 10 years, you're going to tell me that drive time Louise automatically just... Right, and you don't believe that now because everything's fresh and hot.
Okay,
and new,
it is.
You know what I mean? It just is. Like every moment, all I want to do is just lay you down.
Right.
Constantly.
Right.
And that's just new relationship stuff, and, that happens. And that could continue. I mean, sure. But the ancillary things that come along with it, like that. You know,
really?
Yeah. So you gotta get as many out of the way as possible for you.
So then let me answer. Tell her you want one. It's hot.
Table.
Oh, sorry. Tell her you want one. It's hot. No, Kim, maybe you misheard. I got one unprovoked. And now that I know that I like it, is it wrong that I ask? Is it wrong that I ask it? Do I say, drive time Lewinsky right now?
No, you take it out.
You just pull it out.
Take it out.
For those of you just tuning in, Joanne, you're just tuning in, we were talking about the Arazia stuff. We're doing sort of a little bit of an abridged show because we have we have the Sixers on. We know that people are kind of getting ready and people are just tuning in. So most people are either going to download this or watch this later. But we then talked about Robert Deniro. And you know, him being a dad. And you know what has to happen when you're to become a dad, Jeff? You have to, you know? Make love.
Yeah. But, you know, look, at 79 years old, it's a little difficult.
And selfish.
Obviously not for him. So he's got all the free time in the world to do what he wants when he feels like it. So, yeah. And
then I just happened to say, listen, coming off the 690 ramp, getting on I-90, I was bequeathed and unprovoked Lewinsky.
Listen, enjoy these things. Suckle from that teat, okay, of new, fresh relationship stuff, okay?
Okay, so
you have to suckle the teat of that as much as you possibly can, you know. And look, there'll be times, and look, you know.
See, she's already saying that she's going to do it, but you're right, Jeff. And all the people that are listening, they're saying it's true because it's so. Go ahead.
Say what you were going to say. Is nobody, when you're new in a relationship, you don't believe that at first. You don't think that, right?
Of course not, because you think this is how it's going to be forever.
It's going to be forever. And then, you know, you get into the ebbs and flows of things and all kinds of stuff.
The mundane day-to-day stuff, the arguing.
You know, yeah.
Now, does it change like it's just like they become more of like a roommate? Is it more like
eventually you'll move in together.
Right,
and
right,
then
like in a house.
You do the naked walking around, the sex all the time, you know, and she can come on here and write a paragraph about how
and lie about that's what she's gonna do.
That she's kept it fresh and that's her thing. Yada yada. I get it. We're just, you know, she's got to stand for you a little bit.
Well,
right?
and that's the thing, and I just want you two to show your tushes, Joanne. I'll tell you what. You know, listen. You sponsor a video, maybe I'll pull peen. Okay, Joanne. All right, you just think about that. But
push look. That's interesting.
What is it about? Now, see, okay, I get how men like you're either an ass guy or a tit guy. For women, does the ass matter?
Well, I think the ass is more, you know, the shape of the body. You know what I mean? Like,
right,
like in good shape.
But like for Joanne, what would she want us to see our ass? Like I would understand, like, oh, I'm a guy, like let's see your ass, girl. But
maybe she just likes the form of the male body, and if it's all well put together.
Yeah, you know? I guess. I mean, I don't know. I guess my thought was, and I guess my question, and I knew the answer, and I didn't want to hear it from you, but this random just, I'm going to do what I'm going to do, drive by Lewinsky on I-90 is...
Look,
yeah, Joanne, you don't want to see our asses that much. That's what I thought. Right. Go ahead, Jeff.
Well, look, in your case, I hope that this, you know, puts it out there that maybe more will come your way. Maybe she's got to prove everybody wrong and deliver them on a regular basis in the car.
Well, you know what? Because what I'll do is I will give I'll give Lewinsky updates as far as driving, because I think everyone gets Lewinsky's. I think it's just that special Lewinsky that I think people are.
Right. Well, what it is you don't want to ask for it.
I don't.
They're fun when you don't.
You know, again,
it just happens.
And I can just say that because I wasn't thinking about it. It was a volcanic Lewinsky.
Okay.
So that's what made it fun.
Right.
And then I read about Robert De Niro. And then I see Robert De Niro. And then I read about Arazia, and I'm thinking to myself, oh, that's right. And sorry, I'm used to I talk with my hands. I apologize. And I'm just thinking there's a lot of just, you know, good or bad sexual things going on right now. David says always take a shower. No, dude, showers. How do you feel about shower sex? No.
If a few cocktails are involved and you think you're a porn star, but things, it's a good idea at
Yeah.
first, and then you're 5 minutes into it, and you're like, all right, maybe this wasn't the best idea.
For those of you just tuning in, a couple people asked this question. This is interesting because you guys know we were at the forefront of, and I do have both Matt Ariza's attorney and Carrie, the girl's attorney, phone numbers. I don't think, Jeff seems to think it might be different, but I don't think that guy's coming back because whether or not you're convicted in court,
the problem is
the court of public opinion, he is part of a gang rape, and that means women who aren't believed.
The problem is with the position that he plays.
Right.
I don't think it's valued as much unless you're like, I don't know, Bill Belichick, who drafted a kicker and a punter.
Feagles or something.
Yeah, it's so bizarre that he did that.
Right.
So, unless you're somebody like that, but I just feel like people can feel that they can go pull a punter, off the waiver wire, and that's it. They're, like somebody said, they're a dime a dozen, right? So they don't. What they don't want is they don't want to have to answer the questions for the rest of the team. The rest of the team doesn't want to have to answer the questions to the media about the guy who was accused of gang rape.
So, and again, I know the answer. I know the answer is, and what's up, Caroline? I know the answer is yes, but listen to the full question. Is an accused but innocent person who was alleged to have been part of a gang rape and found to be innocent, is that any worse than bringing a Michael Vick on your team who did do it?
Well, the Eagles
and when I say did it,
Michael Vick has more impact on, by the position that he plays. So that's going to make a bigger, better deal for you. But just a punter, I don't feel the position doesn't matter. I mean, you can.
Yeah, but isn't the whole point, like, I guess, especially without the kickoffs, if you're pinned down, you get a 3 and out, and you have a guy that can punt 70 yards, they can back you up in your end zone. That's a big part of the game, especially now that the kickoff is a piece of shit.
Yeah, but I think you see a lot of punters that can pin you down. I mean, there's some shitty ones, and some that you could just look. Last year, there was the Giants punter. And he was absolutely terrible. So, but they're few and far in between. I mean, you really don't, special teams isn't just the punting. It's the players that are involved in it as well, being able to go down and have the right schemes to make the tackles and stuff.
Now, before we wrap this up, because the Sixers are playing in the conference semifinals at 8 o'clock, Jeff, you were able to just have a quiet Jeff weekend. You and Mr. Teddy, I know that you had kind of reported some things going on. How was your weekend? How's Mr. Teddy?
Yeah, I don't do much.
Okay.
So, he just went to the doctor. He got, the vet.
Comprehensive?
He got a comprehensive. They gave him 3 shots. I asked him beforehand. I was like, do you think 3 shots?
Yeah, you were pissed off about that.
But he said, looking on the computer here, it doesn't seem that they're going to have any reaction. And then he was pretty sick for a couple of days from it. Diarrhea, throwing up.
But he's better.
So, yeah. So he's slowly getting better from it. And I guess, look, like any of us, as you get a little older, he's going on 11. Your body can't take all that kind of stuff,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And guys, make sure, you keep supporting us, keep watching. We're still working. I think, we'll do these videos, later and or promote a midday thing we'll do outside. We're going to be broadcasting live from the Lilac Festival at some point.
Yeah. I'm looking at next week. So there's a little rain on the radar, so we'll just kind of keep an eye on it. But it looks like either Tuesday, 70% chance of that's small change. Tuesday, 70% chance of rain. I saw looking ahead, and then as that kicks off, and then then it just changes. So look, no wait, here we go. Tuesday, So Tuesday or Wednesday, look at that. Beautiful.
Yeah, and
so Tuesday, 70 degrees, that'd be the day to go.
Yeah.
Not 59.
Yeah, no, 70 would be great.
So Tuesday, maybe we hit up Lilac Festival and we go live to where the garden battles should be set up.
Are they lying? Is there a garden battle?
I don't think there is. But we would find out on Tuesday because, that would be a little chilly on Wednesday.
Yeah, 59. JNN weather, 70 degrees. So we're going to head out there. It's Philadelphia. Yes, it was fun. Your show is great. Makes me laugh. I'm going to hide in Jeff's suitcase when he goes to Philly this weekend to get more bread. Guys, you don't get the bread. You just don't get it.
Yeah.
You don't get it, and it's okay.
And here's the thing. And then you said, oh, man, we got to freeze this. But the last time that we had the cheesesteaks at the...
I'll get the bread. No, go ahead.
On Corn Hill, you could tell right away that they were frozen. So
yeah, but Jeff, it wasn't.
So you
it
have
wasn't
to-
this bread. Like, and this is not me saying anything bad about Max or anything, but this is real bread. This is the friggin' bread.
You have 2 days to eat that bread.
Oh well, let me tell you, the rhinoceros that I sleep with will eat these.
Yeah,
that I can guarantee.
I feel like I'm a no bread in the freezer guy. I don't think when it comes out, it's just done.
But what if you put it in the freezer, then let it thaw for the day, then heat it up in the oven?
No, and then it loses all the texture, So I just don't think it's the same.
Yeah, we're definitely not going to sell the chairs. All right, so final thoughts. Listen, I, for the second time in my life, got a drive time Lewinsky.
Been there, done that several times.
It's new. I mean, this is new for me. This is new. This is exciting.
But I used to host a lot of nightclubs. After the club, you're driving home, things happen, Yeah. So I was a nightlife guy for a long time, So
right.
people
so
they're a little looser.
A little loosey-goose.
Right. A lot of things happen after 2 a.m.
So I guess we'll see how long that lasts.
Slow moving Rizzo.
Listen, look, it was. I looked at the time, 7 minutes.
Yeah.
That's good drive time one, right?
Yeah, that's quite a amount of time.
That's quite right.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. What else do you need?
Right. And shout out Hometown Electronics. What's going on? We'd love to. I don't know if you're in on Drive Time Lewinsky's or Robert Deniro sex, but hey.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Jeff haven't seen 2 a.m. in years except to wake up and pee.
Well, look, you'd be surprised. There's a couple of weekends here and there. I'll slide out here and there. I just don't do it on the frequency, like 6 days a week, like I used to in the past. But there's some days that some weekends I'll pop out.
So remember, Rizzo and Jeff underemployed. We're going to be working to get our stuff together. Share this video. Robert De Niro, I think, is a selfish bastard for having a kid. Matt Arazia, that's a real shitty situation. And if we had our show, we would have had those two on
today, no doubt about it. And we had quite a positive day on the job front a little bit.
We did. Some unexpected emails, some things.
Yeah, some good uppity things that kind of uplifted the spirits today. So that was always good.
Yeah. And I couldn't wait to talk about my Louie.
Yeah. Sell the chairs. How about this, Dave?
You know what?
How about I crack it over your
$300.
friggin' head,
Yeah.
Dave? How about that?
I'll
crack
Dave?
the chair over your head, all right?
All right, yeah. Well, you have a great one. We'll do another video. Keep watching. We appreciate your support, seriously. And do you want to get a 10-9-8 76ers in here or what? Think anyone gives a shit here about the 76ers?
We know what's going to happen.
Sheets,
no.
Dude, champion, you don't know what you're talking about. And Wawa has refreshers with boba tea and all kinds of shit now.
No, listen, they have if you go to Lancaster, PA, they have sheets there.
Mm-hmm.
So I was in the sheets there, and I was underwhelmed.
Were you underwhelmed?
Yeah, underwhelmed.
When you can bring Daddy a 14-incher like this, I'll go to sheets. I love you.
Well, what are you gonna put on them? You got a couple of days.
I do have meat. I did buy legit meat.
Do you just eat the bread?
She does, and I do too.
Okay.
So I think we're gonna make cheesesteaks, but I also am gonna just eat. And I also got Kaiser's, and I got the small steak rolls and everything.
Okay, all right. You get a little crazy there. Overbought.
I put a little
feeling
bit.
good, having a good time.
Feeling good, having a good time.
Decided to dial up the bread. You had to explain the bread to her.
I did.
And then you had to show off by buying all the bread.
Well, here's the thing. Then I brought Tasty Pies, and she eats my tasty fucking pies in the car. I don't even have Tasty Cake pies.
Down they went.
Down they went.
What'd you get? The eclairs?
I got a couple blueberries and an
Okay.
apple. She ate that. The only one that was up was the blueberry. She downed that, but then her excuse was on I-90.
You know that you can go to Tops and get Tasty Cakes.
Not the Tasty Pies, though, Jeff. Right? You can't get the Tasty Pies.
I'm not sure. I'm just trying to picture myself in Tops, but they have a section for Tasty Cakes that you can get.
Yeah. Well, okay. Let us know in the comments if we can get Tasty Pies. They're these square little boxes, not the ones in the bags. But I said you ate my pie, and of course the excuse that I'm always going to get now is, well, I gave you a 7-minute I-90 Lewinsky on the road.
Yeah.
And yeah, I didn't tell her about Tasty Cakes because she was, I'm not a millionaire, man.
Right. You can get Tasty Cakes at Tops at any time. But
they're not as, when you get them like that, they come off the truck, they're like really like made. Like at the Rocky Steps, they had a Tasty Cake truck, Jeff.
Oh, did they? Okay.
So we tasted. Anyway, we're going to say go Sixers, and we love you guys, and we shall talk soon. Keep an eye out. Maybe.
I think Tuesday, we're looking at Lilac. So if anybody wants to join us out there.
Oh, that would be a lot of fun.
Join us out Tuesday for Lilac. Everybody come out. We'll all pick a meeting place.
Should we like try to like in the Garden Battle spot where it would be, or should we like try to
bring in chairs into? I don't know. Can you bring chairs into the Lilac Festival?
I would assume for the concert thing, right? Didn't people bring their own chairs, Jeff? They didn't stand the whole time.
So. Can you? All right. Well, I'll have to look into it. Somebody tell us if you can, because if so, we'll bring the chairs and we'll set up, and then everybody can come to a meeting spot, and we'll just be out there at I don't know, what time is it now? It's 8 o'clock, so we could probably do an 8 p out there. We still got some light out.
That's 8 p at the Lilac. Yeah. That would be awesome. You know what? We're going to do that. You'll see us before then. We'll do videos before then, but that's great. And the weather, Jeff says, is going to be 70
and nice, so probably around this time, perfect, hoodie weather.
Hoodie weather
at about 8 o'clock.
59, 60.
I bring chairs. Okay. So you can bring chairs. Good.
There you go. So let's do it. Let's all hang out together. We'll do our videos and a cooler too.
Cooler? You bring a cooler?
Listen, she's going to try to get us drunk so she can see ass. It ain't happening, Joanne.
I have an Eagles cooler. I have that Eagles cooler.
Do you?
Yeah. Well, but what can you bring in the cooler? They don't want you bringing.
I don't think you're allowed to bring drinks. No, because remember that was the one time I went with that drunken mess.
Right.
Yeah.
And they let you take in your coffee, but you can't bring that stuff.
They let me take in the coffee, but I'm not a big celebrity like I was.
I wonder if they'll be kind and give us some VIP passes if we ask.
It's funny. Somebody hit me up today and asked if we wanted to hang out tomorrow. I might have to give them 30 minutes. Boss man, not the big boss man, but motorcycle boss man.
Hang out and do what?
Just wants to catch up.
Oh, come on.
He wants to catch up.
And catch up where?
He just wants to catch up. Maybe he's got an eye exam, he says.
He's got to check the cataracts, and then he wants to hang out.
He's got an eye exam, got to get his pupils dilated. Okay. But he said, hey, just follow up, and maybe he can get us. Maybe we got to go and.
Where?
I don't know. He didn't say. He just was like, I'll show you.
What, hang out on the street? Hang out at like a restaurant? Hang out at...
I mean, he knows I'm not paying. I mean, he was like, hey, you want to get together? I mean,
Is it a midday lappy?
It's not a midday lap because he's got to get dilated.
So
he's got to get dilated.
So this is like a Wednesday 6p deal?
This is a Wednesday wanger. Actually, almost exactly 6p. He said 6p would be preferable. So yeah, like a Wednesday wanger. This is motorcycle. This is Zakk. I mean, I totally forgot to tell you until you brought that up. Now, right. Zakk hit me up and said,
all right,
let's get together.
Okay. Is he going to pick the place?
I'll text him when I don't know. He just was like, he really wanted to get together.
We're going to wind up at the Cat Cafe with him. Like, sipping on things. Right?
Listen, he's going to be, all he said is he's going to be dilated tomorrow.
I don't want to hear about his dilation. I'm not worried about him dilated. What, is he having a baby? I'm not worried about it.
He's going to be dilated a few centimeters.
Okay, well, I used to get that done before I got LASIK and stuff, and I didn't like it too much. But you're all right. It's not a big deal. You can still drive.
Well, he's like, look, I got my dilation at 4:15.
Got to get some new spectacles.
He says spectacles
4 eyes there. He's got to get some new spectacles.
His spectacles aren't working, and he's like, I really miss you. I think we should do something. He wants to get together.
Wait. Now, hang on here. Let's beep. Back it up.
Okay, and yes, sure, you did, but the podcast will be posted, and you can rewind when this video is done.
Does he just want to hang out with you? And I need to see this. Don't rope me in. Was it just you? Hey, man, do you want to catch up?
All right, let me see if I can pull up my text messages on this video. Hold on. All right, so if I could just get... Hold on. I wonder, are we still rolling? Okay, all right, so... Oh, you know what? My text message is here. Okay, hold on. Okay, beep beep. I think he meant both of us, but what is he? 312. Okay, hold on. 246. Are you in Rochester today?
Okay.
I am. Why? Want to get together tomorrow evening?
Okay.
Sure, you have doc at 4? Sure. Maybe after 6:30, I have an eye exam at 5:45. Sounds good, blah, blah, blah. I said, I'd prefer to, stay here, LOL. Just want to give you a big kiss. Jokey face. Mm. Ha ha. No open mouths. I'm going to hit you up tomorrow, and I'm looking forward to it.
Didn't text me.
Oh, but that because he knows you wouldn't answer.
Didn't text me.
I don't think he even has your number.
Oh, bullshit.
I don't think he's got your number.
Oh, come on.
I don't think he's got your number. Don't make this more than what it is. I think he meant us. I think he meant... What?
That you're going to rope me into this now.
Wait, no, I'm roping you in. This way, he asked to hang out. Yeah. And he said, are you in Rochester?
Somebody said that's not Zakk business. That's Zakk pleasure. Yes, that's what I'm feeling.
But
here.
Wait a minute. He listen, 246, unsolicited. You in Rochester? I am. Why? Want to get together tomorrow evening? Should be fine. I have doc. How about after? Sure. Yeah. After 6:30, I have an eye exam at 5:45. I joke back, oh, cool, I want to give you a big kiss.
What are you going to do? You're going to sit down and tell him your blowjob story that you've been running with for 40 minutes?
Well, wait. He might say that he can do it better. Okay. He might be loud. He might be able to do it better. But, and he says...
Tell everybody you got sucked up on a car ride like a 16-year-old?
He said no open mouth, so I'll hit you up tomorrow. Looking forward to it. Which I think
That's a lie.
Which I think he meant. You want to see what? The text message? I'm just telling you. That's what it says.
I'm looking at it. It does say it, Joanne.
He said it, and I just... So what? You don't think that's him asking to hang out with us?
Not me. I was not invited in that whatsoever.
But he pluralized some of it.
He didn't pluralize a thing. You're putting S's on things with apostrophes.
Right, because I'm trying to say, like, obviously you meant Rizzo and Jeff. You want to meet up with us. Where are we going?
Yeah. I didn't see any of that, and I'm reading this now. Are you in Rochester today? I am. Why? Want to get together tomorrow evening? Should be fine. I have a doc at 4, so after, sure. Maybe after 6:30, I have an eye exam at 5:45. Man, this is compelling shit. Sounds good. Blah, 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 blah. It's something about kisses. You're trying to be silly.
Right.
Fell a little flat there. But, no open mouths, lol. I will hit you up tomorrow. Looking forward to it. Does that sound any of that? Like I was invited to this?
Because
Is he? What are you going to try to sell the fact that as he speaks to you, he's speaking as me and you in one?
Because
we come as a package.
Because he always communicated with us as like the Rizzo and Jeff show because we were a team.
No, I would text him. We'd have texts about things. He has my number. I think he means both of us. No, this is not a Sans Chi thing. No, it's not. Because I'm not Sans. It's Sans.
I'm not Sans. I'm not Sans.
That's singular. You're right. That's singular.
Why would he just want to go out with me, not Jeff, and knowing full well...
Maybe there's a spot for you on Wham. Maybe they want you on Wham. Maybe they don't want me there anymore. Maybe I was the problem and the reason that we're out of there, and I just
if anyone's on Wham, it's you. It's the JNN.
Right.
I want to either see your butts with clothes or baby butts. Joanne, are you drunk? Joanne, are you high?
High as a kite.
Joanne, Mr. Knickerbocker or my ass is not going to end this video. We are trying to be professional and eventually get a job. I just happen to want to tell Jeff that he's got some. You have to show.
I was not.
You have to show.
I can't show to this.
I'm not going by myself.
Did you ever see the Seinfeld episode where Jerry wasn't sure if he was invited to the dentist party, but he showed up anyway?
Bryan Cranston. Right. Yeah.
And they weren't sure.
Okay. Well, did he end up being? He wasn't invited. He wasn't invited because of the. Yeah. And they thought he was an troublemaker at the dentist office.
Woody Woodpecker into the parade.
So are you saying that you're not the troublemaker? No, I think he meant hey, are you in Rochester today? Let's connect. Let's get together. Let me see how you and Jeff are doing. Let me just kind of check in, get the temperature of the room. I think it's a Rizzo and Jeff invite. I do. I think it's a Rizzo and Jeff, and I think that you got to come. I'm not going by myself.
Are you hiring me back? Because if you're not, what's the temperature in the room we're checking here?
I don't know. Maybe that's the thing. Maybe he wanted to surprise us by taking us out to dinner and saying, Rizzo and Jeff,
what's he gonna
here
do?
I have a job for you.
What's he going to do? Pop out of a fucking cake with a big surprise for us?
He'll be dilated.
What's the deal? He's dilated.
He's dilated. Right. Great time to pop out of a cake.
Yeah. Cop pulls him over. He's on smack. You know.
That Clinton Avenue good.
Yeah, he's coming over to Clinton Avenue to pick us up. He's pulled over. I said, what are you doing here? I was at LensCrafters.